just read in the Wall Street Journal an article which explained to me one reason why the Greeks are having so much trouble. Because it just says, the Greeks, now lacking a national currency that can depreciate to make its goods cheaper in foreign markets, because it's stuck with the euro, and the euro, you can't depreciate the euro one place, it's just going to have the same value. It must embark on a grinding internal devaluation, pushing down its wages and prices. A grinding internal devaluation, where everything in the country is worth, you push down wages, you just have to have everybody's wages drop. And the internal devaluation, you can't just have the drachma devaluate, because you don't have a drachma anymore. You have the euro, which is just a steady European currency. So somehow, in order to make things work better, you've got to devalue prices, you've got to lower the prices of things, and charge less euros. And that's a tough one, because people have to give up all across the board, should cut their wages down by 20%. Everybody cut prices down by 20%. Everything has to go down by 20%. In other words, a men's suit that might have cost 200 euros, that's cheap, but 200 euros, must now simply sell for 160. And people who made how many euros a week? 400 euros a week, and 500 euros a week must now make 400 euros. Everything must drop down in value for it to work. So the euro stays the same, but everything they make in Greece must sell for less euros. And they can't do it if everybody in Greece insists on keeping their present pay scale. Nobody will be able to afford to sell things. You know, there was a company that pays people so many euros a week. If they lower the cost of their product, they'll go out of business. So they must pay the people less, and everybody in the country must lower his prices at once. And I don't know if they're ever going to be able to pull that one off. They should pull it off. They should just have a big national discussion and say, everything in this country must be devalued right now 20-25%. What you make, what you spend, everything. Now, what that's going to mean for imports to Greece. Imports in Greece will become much more expensive, because they're not going to devaluate gasoline or whatever Greece imports is not going to go down in value. So they have a problem. But that's what they need to do. And I don't know if it can be done. I mean, it's a good idea, and the people need to do it. I think the Irish should pay attention to that one too. The Irish are probably doing it, for all I know. I mean, as soon as that happens, Greek tourism will go booming up, because everything will be cheaper. You get it? Now there's places like importing oil and gasoline and things like that, importing energy. I don't know how much Greece imports. I don't know whether they have their own supplies of oil or not, but they probably don't. Otherwise they wouldn't be so poor. They're a hard-working democracy that has to manufacture stuff. They can't just pull it out of the ground and give it to the king. So that's a very interesting concept, one which the Wall Street Journal, whose news is very progressive and straightforward, as opposed to its op-ed page and editorial page, which is deeply conservative and annoyingly conservative. But that's what I learned this morning about Greece and the euro.